sisters in humanity, what is awesome? Hello and or salam. My name is Muslim Relapsing Gamer, or MRG for short, and I do not represent Islam as a belief system or Muslims in general. I only represent myself. And unless clearly and specifically stated, or I'm talking about verifiable facts, scientific or historical, my opinions are my own. And this is my playthrough of the game Wolfenstein: The New Order. I think maybe I'm going to finish it soon, hopefully. I'm not sure yet, but that's just the vibe I'm getting. This is 1F, so we'll play through the part of the first playthrough that is 1F. So playthrough 1 means my first playthrough, and F is just, you know, the place in the sequence, so A, B, C, D, and F. Just a fair warning at the beginning, I do not just stream games silently or talking about pleasant, fun things all the time. I talk about serious topics, and sometimes I also talk a lot. You could expect to spend maybe sometimes 2 hours in a row or something like this with me, just watching the game, and I'm playing silently. I don't say anything other than maybe laugh or just a quick comment. But then after those 2 hours, I could spend maybe even half an hour talking about something serious and something that I believe is important, and I believe is also beneficial for you. Usually it has to do with clarifying things or clearing up misconceptions, popular beliefs or popular ideas that I believe are wrong, and I try to explain why with as much logic and evidence, if there is, as possible. So yeah, it sometimes takes me a long time to clarify certain points, or just share with you everything that I have to share about a certain idea. It's usually, whatever I talk about is usually related somehow to something that happens in the game. It's either related to the game itself as a whole, or related to an event that happens in the game, or something, even a document that I read in a game like this, something like that. So anyway, if this doesn't sound too fun, please, you're more than welcome to find a more compatible streamer. No hard feelings, and I do value and celebrate our diversity as a race, as human beings. With that out of the way, thank you, and let's see what Wolfenstein: The New Order and its developer Machine Games, Machine Games has in store for us, or what the game and the developer have for us. Oh, by the way, this is the hardest available difficulty, with emphasis on available, because I know here. I know there is a next difficulty, but from what I understand, the next one, it's I can't remember the name of it. The next difficulty basically means it runs at the same sort of mechanics as this one. It's just that a death means that your run is over. If you die once, let's say, you have to start from the very beginning. So I believe that that's the only difference. Other than that, the next difficulty is very similar to this. So this is the hardest available difficulty, Uber, and as you can see, I cannot go further. Alright, so this is the part I got done with from the very first time, and then I think I got tired, and that's why I stopped the stream last night anyway. I was tired. I was streaming for too much, and yeah, after I did it this way, you know, just from the first time successfully, no problem, I was able, and I was actually much better. I was on point, and like, you know, headshot after headshot, no problem. I got these guys with this one, with this gun. What was it called? Yeah, the assault rifle marksman. So I got them like with this marksman, and then I did the same thing. I got this dude with the rockets or grenades or whatever from this assault rifle, and then I got this turret using this heavy machine gun. I did the same thing yesterday, just from the first, you know, from the beginning, no problem. And then I think what I did was I went out from here, and then I started to look for a way to jump across, and I died. Yeah, I didn't notice this thing here. That's the problem with not giving, you know, the player clear indications. Like if I'm far, yeah, see, if I'm far enough for it, I can't see where it is. Well, there is this, but it was behind me. So anyway, I think they improved this issue in Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus. So hopefully these issues won't be there if I'm playing the next one.
There, the London Nautical Railway wagon. Inside, Death's chief research scientist bound. Well, I'm coming for you. Nazi fucking spaceman.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this didn't happen yesterday, so, or last night. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track now. Finally. I wonder what this is. And this too. Okay. Maybe I should check it out. Nice. It's actually secrets and grenade ammo for the grenade launcher or rocket launcher, whatever it is, and ammo here too. Cool. Okay. Yeah, the issue I take with games like first-person shooters, adding these little, well, I can understand that some people would defend, like some people who really like this game or love it so much, they would defend the choices machine games made regarding how they show these icons, or see, there is no mini map, you know, you don't know where you should be going at all, things like that. Some people like that or enjoy that because they enjoy, you know, finding the solution or finding where to go and all that stuff. And with all due respect for that preference, I think the way they did it in the way the machine games did it in the Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is that there is a shortcut, or there's a key, you know, that you can press to show you a hint, what they called a hint, and then the hint, I guess, kind of highlights these icons in the world map or something. So that's great. Yeah, people who don't want hints, they don't have to press that button, but people who do appreciate those hints can press the button. Because from my perspective, if I wanted puzzles, you know, as I keep saying, the example I use is Myst, which is not M-I-S-T, it's M-Y-S-T. It's a very, very, very classic, you know, popular or well-known adventure game and puzzle game. It's a classic, basically. It's a classic puzzle game. So yeah, what I keep, it's an example that I always keep using. If I wanted to, you know, if I wanted puzzles and to solve problems in a game, or puzzles in a game, I'll play Myst. I'm not gonna play a first-person shooter. So yeah, and if I play, for example, Uncharted, if I had a play, I mean, I used to have the old PlayStation, but if I had like the new PlayStation and I'm playing Uncharted, I know that it's, you know, a third-person shooter, kind of, at least sometimes, but there are also puzzles, because it's like action-adventure sort of game. So I know what to expect. But for a first-person shooter like this, I don't think it's ideal really to be, you know, wondering where the hell am I going now, how should I reach this point. Yeah, this sort of puzzle, it's just, I don't enjoy it. And if I wanted that, I'll just you know, as I said, I'll play a puzzle game. I'm not gonna play a first-person shooter. So I appreciate what they did for the Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, offering you the option to get a hint. And for those people who enjoy the, I don't know, whatever it is, however they want to call it, the extra challenge, the fun of looking, you know, where to go, yeah, they are more than welcome to just never, you know, press that button. But for the rest of us, I appreciate, you know, pressing that button, moving on to, you know, find more action, find more shooting, more stealth action, and that sort of thing. That's what I, you know, enjoy in these games. And yeah, I really am grateful for what Machine Games did for at least the most recent installment of the game.
July 4th, 1944. The Nazi is a hopeless romantic. I learned this while smashing his skull using the hammer I had hid behind my back as he knelt to pick up my fallen glove. If I was a boy, Father would have taught me how to handle a rifle. But instead I was trained to nurse the afflicted, dig dirt for relics, and write papers. I wish I knew a soldier. He could teach me how not to feel remorse. He would understand me.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe that this is not Ramona. That's her, isn't it? Ramona's diary. Yeah, I kind of, I get the strange vibe that this is not her. I mean, I was wrong so many times before with these vibes, but I still share them anyway. It's just that this is so close to nurse, you know. She was a nurse. And what else? Dig dirt for relics. She studied archaeology. She has a PhD in archaeology and write papers, and she knows how to use the typewriter. It's her. Yeah. So you know, in the beginning it was a vibe, but now this phrase, nurse, dig dirt for relics, archaeology, write papers, that's exactly what she said when she was talking about the knowing how to touch type on the typewriter. So that's, oh man, that is her. Wow. What was her name? Anya. Her name is Anya. That's Anya. This is not Ramona, this is Anya. Interesting. Cool. I like it. Got it. Getting to know that part of about her life. Whoa. Awesome. Woohoo. Okay, alright, so it depletes the battery quickly, and that's only if I right click this way. As long as I am not right clicking, it's all good, isn't it? Well, I mean, it doesn't deplete the battery that fast, so that's appreciated. Man, that is scary shit. Oh, okay. shouldn't have jumped. So this is not, yeah, of course, one diary was unlocked here, so should have figured it out. Basically, this is not exactly a secret. I thought I was finding a secret and stuff. It's not a secret. This is yeah, part of the predetermined path for continuing the game. Yeah, I get it now. So you gotta go down there. Okay.
Fucking debris, smoke, Nazis everywhere. Almost got my ass shot today.
Okay. Whoa. That is dangerous, man. This thing could fall down. Freaking hell. Imagine a situation like this in real life. That would be scary. Looking at this stuff and going like, oh my god, it's gonna fall on top of me and splat me any minute now. Splat like a soda bottle cap after a car passes on it or something like that. Is that a... I'm used to snipers that I guess people will, people who play first-person shooters, certain first-person shooters will understand what I wanted to say. Snipers that force you to what was the word? Like aim just a little bit above the head because of the bullet drop, basically. So that's why sometimes. Finally, man, that freaking enemy took like more than half the, what, 70%, 80% of the spare ammo on this assault rifle. Freaking hell. Not too shabby, I guess. I'm probably almost done with the game, and oh, okay, I already, I need 5 more kills on the marksman and 3 on the handgun to increase the weapon reload speed. Okay. Oh wow, armor is max. Cool. It's something scary, isn't it? Yep.
Checkpoint up ahead. Watch your ass. I'm spotting heavy weaponry on the battlements.
Loot these things. Freaking, what can I do? Use the rocket. Finally. Can't return. What the hell, man? Oh, okay. Just wanted to get this one. Seems like some of the things I'm gonna see will eat up bullets. Soak bullets like a spawn. Can also charge those heavy heavy laser rifles. Oh shit, what's going on? Shit. It's a bug. I'm stuck. God damn it. Oh. Thank God, man. I was close. I didn't want to restart. It would have been really annoying to restart not because of a death, but because of freaking stuck bugs. Ah, man. Oh no, come on. Fuck. You see that? I did hit the head, but I don't know, some sort of bug. Okay, let's see if I can get some kills with the handgun. So I left armor back there. There's health here too. This can come in handy. Oh, there's armor here. I'm not gonna take it. Just every little helps, I guess. Because it goes 2 points over the maximum.
Checkpoint up ahead. Watch your ass. I'm spotting heavy weaponry on the battlements.
Oh, okay. I spent quite a bit with this enemy in the last run. All he needed was one rocket and he falls down. That's cool. Where the hell is the heavy? is the point where I got jumped last time. Some sort of ambush. Okay, so yeah, I think keeping our back to a sort of map and not exactly a wall, but you know, it's kind of functions as a wall as far as the game is concerned. Oh! Great. Paid the price dearly with all the armor I have. It's not too bad, I guess, but still not a replacement for all the armor I lost. Just trying to save the rockets in case you know, the assault rifle made launcher or rocket launcher for something more serious, hopefully. If they have a Colossus or something. I like this music. It's pretty cool. It's you can use it as a motivational tool. I wonder if there's a difference. Oh, where? Oh, it's the same. What a shame. Can't use it. Ah, I have to, okay.
Find a spot where I can drop you off closer to the nautical wagon. Head on down through the interior of the checkpoint and exit on the walkway underneath the bridge. I'll pick you up there.
Shit, man. Thank God, at least I reached the checkpoint. It's just that I don't know if I'm gonna have this heavy laser gun with me or not. Okay, not too bad. And I think I might as well use that. I guess I'll test something. Wow, I did it! I wonder if... Yep, that's what I was wondering about. Very sweet. I don't have use gun and bullshit. Yeah, I mean use the laser thingy. Okay, this is too strong. Okay. just in case something dangerous will follow me up the stairs. Then I have a gun that's already ready. Oh, more boxes. Oh shit, I just wasted a knife. Alright. Hopefully this means we're ready. Ah. Is there something I can shoot from it? Don't like the look of this. Too quiet, isn't it? Too freaking quiet, and you cannot come back up the stairs. Brilliant. Oh, okay, here goes nothing. After all this box smashing and preparation. Oh! It's good I didn't jump right away. Someone's hiding. I need to recharge this. And this gun is awesome. This gun truly is awesome. I wish they had the same mechanic where you can carry it around. That would be sweet. The same mechanic as the prequel, which was developed after this one. Wolfenstein, the Old Blood or something like that. I think so. Okay, I guess the days for... If there's something else. The days of heavy laser gun or... oh, the days of heavy laser gun are gone. Temporarily, hope. Is this... oh no, it's not a bait. So what about the ladder? I had a ladder up there. That is bizarre, man. I thought I was going to find a secret and the ladder is the path. See, this is like what's so annoying about... so annoying about not basically telling you where you're supposed to go, so that you know when you're taking a detour, you know. Seriously? Really? Thank God.
seen a few dimwits over the years. Cocky kids with more self-esteem than sense. Bona fide crazy some of them are. I mean, they talk tough, but they can't back it up. That's what I like about you, Blasco. You're the craziest fucker of them all. You can back up every last ounce of it. You were born to kill Nazis, you know that. All right, Blasco, back to work. Get out.
Really? Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter.
Seen a few dimwits over the years. Cocky kids with more self-esteem than sense. Bona fide crazy some of them are. I mean, they talk tough, but they can't back it up. That's what I like about you, Blasco. You're the craziest fucker of them all. You can back up every last ounce of it. You were born to kill Nazis, you know that. All right, Blasco, back to work. Get out.
This is getting annoying, man. I don't think I can jump. I can't jump in this crap, man.
I've seen a few dimwits over the years. Cocky kids with more self-esteem than sense. Bona fide crazy some of them are. I mean, they talk tough, but they can't back it up. That's what I like about you, Blasco. You're the craziest fucker of them all. You can back up every last ounce of it. You were born to kill Nazis, you know that. All right, Blasco, back to work. Get out.
Oh man.
I've seen a few dimwits over the years. Cocky kids with more self-esteem than sense. Bona fide crazy some of them are. I mean, they talk tough, but they can't back it up. That's what I like about you, Blasco. You're the craziest fucker of them all. You can back up every last ounce of it. You were born to kill Nazis, you know that. All right, Blasco, back to work. Get out. I'll circle around and pick you up. Once you've found DevSet's chief research scientist and secured his identity papers, look for a geezer in a fire board somewhere in Texas.
I knew it. I knew it. It's another fucking endless bullet spawn. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh well. At least we're not gonna hear this freaking cutscene over and over again. Oh, this feels a little like cheating, but whatever, I'll take it. Better than obsessive restarting. Right in the face. Where the hell is the rocket launcher? What the hell? Oh. Nice. Now where we're going? Oh man, I don't know where we're going and I have a feeling I'm gonna jump to my death or some shit like that. Oh, here. Thank God. very weird angle.
Got the papers. Now what?
We need to move fast. The lunar shuttle leaves tonight from the London Nautica. You will need your equipment up there, but you need to check it as luggage. Not allowed in the passenger cabin. You need to keep a low profile. You may need a shave and a haircut. You certainly need some sleep.
Sicherheitssicherung Gepäckstücke. Wie lassen Sie Ihren Sicherheitsgurt? Lehnen Sie sich zurück und bereiten Sie sich auf den Start vor. 3, 2, 1.
You'll need to recover your equipment from the luggage area once you've arrived at the lunar base. Finally, you need to find those nuclear decryption keys.
Lunar base, huh? Does this mean welcome to the moon? In German? Willkommen auf dem Mond. Yeah, probably welcome to the moon. Something like that. No. Germans know.
Basis 1. Ich bin General Wilhelmstrasse und hoffe, dass Sie Ihren Aufenthalt genießen werden. Als Minister für besondere Forschungsprojekte liebe ich es, das Unbekannte zu erforschen, den Schleier der Ungewissheit zu lüften und die dunkelsten Geheimnisse des Universums zu enthüllen. Eines unbekannten Autors heißt es: Dunkel ist mein Herz, das größte aller Geheimnisse. Das Universum ist unser Herz und wir haben gerade erst begonnen, seine Geheimnisse zu ergründen. Zusammen werden wir mit der strahlenden, leuchtenden Flamme Germanias die Galaxis und die gesamte Schöpfung erhellen. All das beginnt hier. Sieh geil. Willkommen auf dem Mond, Chefwissenschaftler. Glückwunsch zu Ihrer Beförderung. Aus Ihrem Vorgänger habe ich mir nie viel gemacht. Bitte gehen Sie durch das Röntgengerät. Ich sehe da ein paar Granatsplitter. Andenken an den großen Krieg, wie ich vermute. Gut, einen anderen Veteran zu treffen. Einen produktiven Tag noch. Hallo, Herr Chefwissenschaftler.
Keeping a low profile, you know, not being nosy or exploratory or anything, just minding my own business. Not ducking and standing and looking suspicious. No, nothing.
Chefwissenschaftlerin, wusstest du, dass der Chefwissenschaftler Weißmuller ersetzt wurde?
Just not being suspicious at all, just Oh.
Caroline, Anya, do you read?
Blazkowicz. Come in, Blazkowicz. Yes, can you boost the signal? Blazkowicz, can you hear me? What's your status?
Well, I'm on the motherfucking moon.
The mouse on this one. I will clean it out with soap. Now, Blazkowicz, the goal here is to steal the nuclear decryption keys located in the command module. In order to reach the command module, you have to find a spacesuit and walk there on foot. Across the lunar surface.
Affirmative.
I believe in you, William. The spacesuits are kept by the airlock. Your best chance to reach them is first go through the crew quarters, then onwards through the laboratories.
So I didn't get to explore this area out there fully, but maybe we'll go to it again as an enemy. Oh, I only have a knife and this. What is it called? Laser Kraftwerk. Yep. Only a knife and laser Kraftwerk. Oh, okay, so there's recharging here. How do I open it then? I don't know. There's a camera here. Ah, okay, maybe I can, yeah, okay. Nice. Now we're talking. Real guns. Okay. I wonder if this opens the door or something. What on earth is that? Or what on the moon is that? wasted so many of the silenced pistol bullets so stupidly on the armored guy instead of using the laser craftwork thingy. That was not cool, man. I really need a silenced pistol now. Just got 2 bullets on it. Not cool. Not cool at all. Let's try to do it this way. So starting by cleaning the outer perimeter and then moving inwards. Oh shh. Nice, that's one commander. Shit. Oh, here's the other one. That's the other one. Sweet. Bam, done. Nice. No need now. What the hell? Come on. This is really annoying, man. This retarded shit. Having to redo a stealth part because of retarded crap like that. Yeah, wasn't it this? I think it was this. Maybe I should just do it without standing in front of it or something, I don't know. Okay, maybe this is something about destroying the base. No. I should have looked, but it's just a matter of habit. You see a shiny chain, so you just break it, you know? It's a habit the game built. And now they're punishing me for it. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, there was some extra arm. Here it is. And also in some sort of tunnel. We don't need extra medkits, but armor would be nice. Nothing here. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Came in from here. Oh, okay, there's a question mark there. Maybe I should take the gun just in case. Where is it? Ah, it's right here. Okay, so I took the map. Now I don't understand. What are we doing? Find a spacesuit. Okay. Where do we find a spacesuit? Can we get out of here? B? Yeah, we could. We want to go. Ah, okay. So we want to go to B. Okay. Ah, yeah. This is not where we came from. It just looks similar, so. Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense now. Nice.
There should be a service tunnel leading from the crew quarters to the laboratories. Try to figure out a way to access it, William.
Look good. Two commanders. From down here. That is one long knife, man. There's a commander that we should get rid of. Over there. Yeah. So yeah, we went through all these rooms and we need to go this way, all the way to there. Which means either sneak behind this dude or we kill him. sneak.
July 10th, 1948. The war is over. The Nazis have declared victory. People are celebrating the peace. I can't stop crying. For me, this war is never ending.
Charging stations, that's weird. It's weird. Maybe there's an upper floor or something. Oh, there is.
There is one more service tunnel connecting the laboratories to the airlock. Can you find it?
Spacesuit. Nothing to walk the lunar surface, nothing to get all worked up over.
This woman, I know well. Resilient, will of iron, a family gone, all of them yet. Faith kept her going. I cannot believe it's that certainty. For me, in everything, there must be doubt. Otherwise, there's no room to question, to learn. And, this place, this is the fruit of unquestioned, ferocious conviction. This is where absolute certainty leads.
Yet you are a believer.
I often wonder what kind of a God would sanction suffering such as this, and I question myself whether my faith is misplaced.
Maybe he's testing us.
Well, Jimshin, if he is testing us, we are failing gloriously.
Yes, of course. You know, this is these questions, they are asked in games and asked in movies and on YouTube and so many places nowadays, isn't it? Atheists ask these questions to justify their atheism a bit more, as if they need more justification than simply, oh, we don't have scientific proof for God. God is not a scientific fact. Religion is not science, so, you know, we don't want it. We only want science and scientific fact, and we never use our heart for anything. We actually even love. We choose our loved ones based on science. We put our loved ones under a microscope and study them. And if there is no fact, there is no scientific fact for our attraction or for the beauty of the woman or the man that we love, then yeah, we don't love them. That's how we atheists roll, isn't it? And then they ask these questions to, you know, yeah, to justify the atheism a little bit further. So they go like, what kind of God would sanction this kind of suffering? As if God sanctioned anything to begin with. And this is what I talked about yesterday. God simply gave us free will, and if he keeps interfering and saving us and basically cleaning up our fuck-ups in the world and our fuck-ups against each other, then what's the point of life? And yes, he is testing us. As I said yesterday, life is a test. And yes, exactly as this Jewish scientist said, we are failing miserably as a collective race. Because the vast majority of us are failing. The vast majority of people living in the world today are failing the test. So yeah, collectively speaking, there will always be exceptions. There are always people who are doing well, people who are kind of passing the test, but for the rest of us, man, most of us are failing miserably. Of course we are. Don't blame God for our fuck-ups, please. Stop this childish exercise of oh, I'm a victim, you know, I'm a victim and God doesn't interfere to save me. Come on, man, grow up. We all need to grow up. We all need to man up and own our own mistakes, own our own fuck-ups in this world and our own fuck-ups against each other, our own crimes against humanity. We should own up. We should man up and be responsible enough to claim our fair share or even our full responsibility of what's happening in the world. This suffering, whatever similar suffering in real life, the suffering that we're watching in this game against the prisoners in Nazi camps, it can remind us of suffering that we see in real life until this day, or suffering that we at least read about in history or whatever. God never sanctioned any of this. God simply gave us, all of us, without exception, free will. Some of us chose to use that free will to become fucking Nazis, and some of us chose to use that free will to listen to Nazis, to be convinced of the message of Nazis. And we're still doing it until this day. Nazis are gone, but they are replaced by a new label, a new name, but it's the same exact fucking culture and methodology and ideology and way of thinking and way of life. Very Darwinistic, very supportive of the notion that because it is survival of the fittest, then war is a good thing, and we have to have a lot of war so that we can eradicate the weak and the fittest win and rule over the world. It's the same exact mentality, just has a different name. So yeah, Nazis are dead, they're not there anymore, or maybe there's neo-Nazism. However, the point is, Nazism still exists, it just carries a new name really. You can call it war and terrorism or whatever the fuck it is that they're calling these things nowadays, basically. So yeah, stop blaming God. God doesn't sanction all these. He allows them simply because he gave us free will. What do you want him to do? Give us free will and then suddenly take it away from us? You know, what's the point? And the thing is, he didn't take it away from all the previous generations of humanity. Generations upon generations have lived on this earth and have died, and their free will was never compromised. So justice dictates that he waits until that day, that promised day, which Abrahamic religions called the Day of Judgment or Judgment Day. And that's what he said. He's giving us all free will, freedom to do as we please, however it is we choose to live until Judgment Day. And yes, there is suffering, but this suffering also allows the good people to choose to sacrifice their lives for good causes, to prove their humanity and to prove that there is still good in humanity. Without suffering like this, there can't be heroes like this gentleman here, Blazkowicz. I'm talking about a game, I know. I'm talking about fiction, I know, but it is based on reality. It all goes back to some sort of realistic story in history. We have heroes in history and we have suffering in history, real life history, not games and not fiction and not movies. All of these things are so realistic because they are based on some sort of real history out there. Yes, you know, this is alternative history, and not every single detail will match history or will match realism. I know, of course, because at the end of the day, a movie has to be fun. It has to engage your imagination, and same thing, you know, a game has to be fun, creative, new ideas, and all that. That's completely appreciated. But the core idea out there, the philosophy, the general idea of what's happening, is based in real life. You know, Nazi was something in real life. And these questions, you know, what kind of God would sanction, oh, and it makes me question my belief. No, it shouldn't make you question your fucking belief, dude. And God never sanctioned any of this bullshit that's happening that we are doing. We choose to do shit to each other. Some of us are corrupt and psychopathic and sociopathic and prejudiced and racist. And they act based on all of these diseases, all of these psychological, spiritual diseases. And then we blame God? What the hell, man? What the hell is wrong with people? I just don't get it sometimes. What do you want God to do? Interfere with every single thing that a human does? And then where does that leave you? You want to sit on the couch and watch miracles happen? Basically, is that it? You want paradise on earth? You wanna get some sort of perfection in life without any work? Without sacrifice? That's the sort of mentality of these people. What kind of God would sanction? Please, you know, I'm sick of hearing this bullshit that...
Decryption database mainframe inside the war room. Find the war room. Access the computer and print out the nuclear decryption keys.
I really am tired of this bullshit that atheists slip into, you know, movies and games and on YouTube videos. The bullshit along the lines of, you know, oh, if there is a God, then he is not worth worshipping because of what he is doing in this world. He is doing nothing in this world so far other than simply keeping it existent. And he's just, the rest is up to us. The rest is up to free will. He gave us free will, and he never compromised the free will of the previous generations of our ancestors, so I don't see why you want him to compromise our free will today. Whenever some of us do something wrong with their free will, you want him to interfere or something. I don't get it. Diseases and viruses, they are also very, very much man-made. The spreading of them is man-made. Yes, you know, God created viruses and created bacteria, but they were never meant to be as bad as they are today in our 21st century, our so-called, you know, golden age of technology and knowledge and so on and so forth. They were never meant to be that bad. And we were meant to use our free will to find medicine to divert the trillions upon trillions of dollars and euros from military research and military funds to education and to healthcare and to so many other things. We were meant to use media to tell people to be good, not to tell people that there is a fucking boogeyman in Afghanistan or in Iraq, and that's why we're taking the whole fucking military and going there to find that boogeyman. Media was never meant to be that sort of thing. Propaganda wasn't meant, but some of us use our free will to propagate these ideas, to convince people that war is necessary, and there is a boogeyman out there that we have to, kill, and we have to take a preemptive strike against, and so on and so forth. I don't know why people blame God, or why atheists blame God for this, and some even believers sometimes they buy into the idea of blaming God for our own fuck-ups. I really don't understand. If you want perfection, then work for perfection. God has already promised perfection in something called paradise. From the perspective of atheists, it's not real. It's all fiction. It's myth. There's no such thing as paradise. And yet, one of the reasons atheists use to refuse God is that they don't have perfection. You see what I mean? So the atheist sometimes says, God is not worth. Even if God exists, He's not worth worshipping. Why? He doesn't say this word for word, but that is ultimately the message. Because perfection doesn't exist. Because He didn't give me perfection in life. Because He's allowing, natural disasters, allowing war, allowing suffering, and allowing all these things. So what do you want Him to do? Do you want Him to basically interfere, to compromise your free will? Every time your fellow humans do something wrong, He interferes, and thus the free will of those humans becomes meaningless, basically. And the other part of it, the other side of this coin, is that life becomes perfect. Every time there's something in the world that you don't like, God interferes, solves it for you, and thus creating paradise for nothing, with no work from your end, no passing any tests or whatever. You just want paradise right here and then. So you tell atheists that there is a paradise, after life, and he says that's bullshit, that's myth. But at the same time, he doesn't want to worship God, he doesn't want to believe in God, partially because paradise doesn't exist here on earth, because God didn't give him paradise here. The atheist counts all the problems in the world for you, and what does that mean? The other side of this coin, the other side of this argument is, well, the world isn't perfect. He's just trying, oh, there is suffering, there is war, there is natural disasters. What kind of God is this? So what does this mean? Summarize this. The world isn't perfect. Oh, the world isn't perfect, really? That's your argument? That's why you don't want to, believe in God, and even if God exists, He's not worth your worship, because perfection doesn't exist for your highness? That's pretty much the message, isn't it? The atheist might listen to this and say, oh, that's not what I meant. I don't want perfection. I just want to eradicate suffering. Well, that's you, buddy. But then you have your fellow atheist just right next to you. He wants to eradicate volcanoes because he suffered from, or his family died from a volcano or whatever. And then look at that atheist over there. That guy, he doesn't want earthquakes. He wants earthquakes to disappear. And then let's move to the next bench. The atheist over there, he doesn't want any viruses or diseases because that's his personal agenda. That's what he's suffering. So you are not asking for perfection, but you and all your fellow atheists, if God gives you everything you guys want, you and your fellow atheists and all the believers who question God out there also, let's make God give them also their wishes, and all of a sudden we do have perfection. So maybe you as an individual aren't asking for perfection, but you and every other atheist out there, let's put all your requests in a fucking bag, and all of a sudden this bag is definitely perfection. So as a team, you're ganging up on basically on the case of the existence of God, and you're saying that even if he exists, then yeah, it's not worth worshipping because he didn't give us perfection. Yeah, that is a really good argument, isn't it? So that's basically the words of this Jewish scientist triggered me, saying what kind of God would sanction this kind of suffering. It makes me question my faith. No, please don't give me that bullshit, man. God didn't sanction anything. Nazis are doing this bullshit using their free will, and God said He's not going to interfere until Judgment Day. You know, at least that's the message from God. I'm not saying you have to believe in this, but don't give me the bullshit that even if God exists, then he's not worth worshipping because he sanctions this sort of suffering. No, if God exists, okay, then he did not sanction this suffering. He already said he gave us free will, and he's not going to interfere until Judgment Day. So, you know, that's why we see suffering in the world. It's not because God allowed it or God wants it to happen. God would very much prefer that we don't use free will to commit these atrocities and crimes in the world. He would very much prefer that, but, you know, what can we do? Some humans are like that. And then the counter argument to that from my conversations in the past with atheists is, well, then God created us, then God also made a mistake in our creation because he created us flawed. And, you know, the counter argument is, really? And what exactly is the flaw? Free will? Is that the mistake? Is that God's mistake, that he gave you freedom to choose to do whatever it is you want, including disbelieving in him? You have the freedom to disbelieve in him. You have the freedom to curse him, to call God names even, as an atheist, as a really, really impudent atheist. He gave you the freedom to do this until you die. Is that the mistake? That we have freedom? Really? Or, you know, and then when someone says created us flawed, no, God didn't create us flawed. We chose, we used our we used the gift of free will to become flawed, to become criminals, thieves, killers, sociopaths, psychopaths, war criminals, genocide warlords. We chose to use our free will in this direction, and it's free will. It's just what it is. It's a gift of freedom. It's a gift of freedom, and some people chose to use it that way. So don't tell me that God's creation is flawed because the human is flawed because we do these fuck-ups. No. There are people out there who have used, there are plenty, millions of people out there who have used their free will in a good way. They have used their free will to work hard, to support their families, to spread peace, to defend justice. They have never committed a huge crime. They've made small mistakes. Yeah, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. You know, like shouting at someone that, you know, basically taking it out, like being angry and taking it out on someone. That is, you know, that is a mistake, but it's not like a huge crime against humanity. So there are plenty of people like that who have made small mistakes, but for the most part they've used their free will in a good way, in a positive way. So obviously these people, you know, you can't say that they are flawed in the sense that they have made something hugely terrible. Their flaws are minor, and we don't really care about them. As I said, you know, once a year being angry and taking it out on someone, that is not a huge mistake for someone, for example, who has fed hundreds of thousands of hungry people, or who has saved the whole country from war, or something like that. When a human being achieves something so great, we can definitely give a blind eye to minor flaws or to small mistakes there. And these mistakes are there to also to help us. They are actually, when you think of it deeply, they are not flaws, they are actually features. It's kind of like the Russian, you know, this Russian joke that when a Russian game has a bug, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's almost like that, but in a serious way, not in a humorous way. It's a feature. Why is it a feature that we make mistakes sometimes as human beings, and hopefully they are minor mistakes? Because this feature allows us to be humble, allows us to not get arrogant, to not feel, oh, we are perfect. Imagine if every human being had the potential to be literally perfect, you know, flawless, no mistakes at all. Obviously that will push us, with our nature, that will push us to become arrogant and conceited and so on. But making a few mistakes, and hopefully all of them are minor, allows us to be humble. So it is in a way a feature. Also our weakness is a feature, because it helps us feel that there is a higher power out there that we need, that we really need. So when you look at it from every single angle, God's creation was not flawed, and he created us with the potential to be almost better than angels with the way we can behave. You know, angels do not have, at least according to the Islamic belief, angels are infallible. There is no such thing as fallen angel, and demons are not fallen angels. Demons are just they're a different type of creature created from fire, whereas angels is a different type of creature created from the essence of light, or generally speaking from light. Angels are infallible. They do not have the ability to do wrong things because they don't have the same free will gift that we have. Their freedom or their free will is limited to doing good and to obeying God. Whereas on the other hand, demons, they chose their own path of disobeying God, starting from Satan himself and then all the offspring of Satan. They chose to do evil, and I don't know, I think they do have the ability to do good, but most of them are almost compelled to do evil and be the demons that they are. But anyway, that's besides the point. Humans, what I meant is that humans have the potential to be even better than angels because they are not compelled to do good. When they do good, especially when they do things that are so noble, are so very, very good, it's out of their own free will and choice, and that accounts for something, that means something very significant. So some of us easily prove that humans have the potential to be so very good that we don't care about the small flaws or the small mistakes. They become, role models and amazing people, amazing individuals that we love, all of us, and so on. Humans have this ability. So you gotta look at these people and understand what God exactly created. God created humans with the potential to be this way, to be role models, to be heroes, to be amazing people who have done absolutely nothing major wrong, just small mistakes here and there, but for the most part they were heroes and great people. This is God's creation, basically. Those other people who chose evil paths or wrong paths, they do not represent God's creation. They represent their own evil choices, their own exercise of the free will, of the freedom that God gave them. God gave them a gift and they squandered it. They used it in the wrong direction. That doesn't mean God's creation is flawed. That means that it's the feature of free will can be used in the wrong way, can become a flaw for the evil people. That feature, it can, but in and of itself, freedom is not a flaw. Freedom is not something bad or incomplete or something that we can blame God for. I mean, the whole USA is built on the value of freedom. Oh, so many countries in the world value freedom over everything else. So we can forget about the term free will for a little bit and just call it freedom. We have the freedom. Do you really want to blame a creator for giving us freedom? It's a bit strange. And you have to always remember that freedom comes with its own it's a responsibility, because you can use it in good and you can use it in bad. And when you use it in a bad direction, or when these people like Nazis and people who people like them in real life, when they use their own freedom in an evil way, this does not mean that humans, generally speaking, are flawed. It means that some humans chose a flawed path, whereas they always have the option, they always have the freedom and the option to turn to a better way, to correct their mistakes and become good people. They always have that option. Even the most evil person, like this game here, it has this character Klaus. He used to be a Nazi, but then when Nazis killed his flawed son, like he got a son who had an issue with his foot or something like that, so in the eyes of the Nazis he was an undesirable or bad offspring. So they killed his son, and while the mother was trying to defend the son, they killed his wife too. And he never forgave the Nazis for that, but he himself used to be a Nazi. But now he has corrected his ways. He's trying to fight the Nazis. So even the most evil of people always have the option, they always have the potential and the option and the freedom to become good people and to choose what's right. And to bring it back to why I'm talking about all this is because of this Jewish scientist who says what kind of deity would sanction this kind of suffering. God didn't sanction anything. Let's remember that God simply gave us the gift of freedom or free will. Some of us are using it badly. That's all there is to it.
December 24th, 1956. My heart is breaking. Friends I've known my whole life have all become Nazis. Mother and father are not happy about it, but they comply rather than resist. I feign my smile and act cheerful, but I have started to resent my own parents. I am 33 years old. I am all alone in the world.
The new generation super soldaten are being manufactured. From what we know, there should be a point of entry to the war room from that area.
Should find those nuclear decryption keys. Get off this space rock.
Right. I'm printing decryption keys now.
You've done it, Blazkowicz. Now get your butt back to Earth, please, William. Klaus is in London. He will bring you back to Berlin once you land.
Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha.
May 6th, 1957. I should keep fighting, but who's there to fight? Everyone is a Nazi now, or at least they pretend to be. I can no longer tell the difference.
Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha. Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha.
August 28th, 1960. Death's Head's men are coming by the asylum every other week. They are taking people that have been in my care for years. I look the other way. I hate them. I hate myself for giving up, but I can't fight alone anymore. I watch the man with the scars. I whisper things to him. Sometimes I can see some part of him is awake. I wonder if he can see me. I will not let them take him. That was the last entry, William. Some of the things in this diary happened a long time ago. And some of them may have happened to me. I miss you. I missed you a long time before I met you.
Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha. Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha. Sicherheitsverstoßstufe Alpha. Melden Sie sich sofort bei Ihrem befehlshabenden Offizier. Um die Sicherheit der Anlage zu gewährleisten, wird die Atemluft in wenigen Augenblicken abgesaugt. Dies ist Ihre erste Warnung. Sie an. Ein Terrorist will meine Lieferungen stoppen. Was er nicht versteht, meine Lieferungen kommen immer an!
zentrale London Nautica. Transporter Nummer 4. Meine Ladung wurde vernichtet. Ich wurde von einem verdammten Terroristen angegriffen und bin gerade mit dem Leben davongekommen.
Verstanden, Transporter 4. Vollständige Einsatznachbesprechung nach Ihrer Ankunft.
Verdammter Mist! Wer ist im Schiff?
Transporter 4. Melden Sie sich. Transporter 4.
The things I've seen in this life. Strange shit that turns your stomach. Turns your hair white.
All right, Captain Cowboy. Roger. This is your buddy boy Klaus Kreuz in the car heading towards the London Nautica. Roger. Find your way down to the parking lot and I will pick you home. Roger.
I've seen 1,000 battles.
The London Nautica is opening fire. I think they are shooting at you.
I've seen the sun set on 5 different continents. I've seen dust rise off the surface of the moon. But all I want is to see you again. Daylight. Cold air. Still alive, it seems.
Verstärkungseinheit kommt sofort! Ich wechsle die Position! Keine Munition! Lade nach! Position ein! Ich sehe!
Jetzt hab ich dich endlich!
Let's pick up the pace now, yeah? The London Monitor's back in service. Day that fucking shite!
Yeah, there is the biggest gun ever. So when activated, the Sonnen Guerre focuses the sun's energy into a death ray capable of incinerating entire cities and boiling the oceans. And then in the end, the risk of collateral damage is minimum, if not non-existent. The same exact bullshit that the American army said about the cluster bombs that they dropped on Iraq. And yeah, collateral damage was hundreds of thousands of civilians, including women and children.
Hey, you! Lock that door! Fuck, Glasgow, they found us out. They're breaking through the door. I gotta move. Caroline, come with me! That bitch had to leave you now. Fuck me! Come back to Berlin as fast as you fucking can. Out!
Hold on, honey. I'm coming home.
This is really stupid, man. Really? Because he can't climb fucking rail?
Ich habe ihn gesehen! Kommt hier entlang! Kommt den Gang hinab!
Well, I mean, the way the Brits cook their fish and chips, yeah, it's true. It's not healthy, you know. The British fish and chips is just not healthy. It's, the fish is battered and then what's the word? Fried. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the fish is battered with grain, some sort of grains, you know, in today's world suspect for containing gluten, and so suspect for being involved in autoimmune disease. And chips, potatoes also. Potatoes are, well, potato is a nightshade vegetable. And nightshade vegetables are also suspect for causing problems for at least a portion of people, a significant percentage of the total population of human beings, basically. Nightshade vegetables like potatoes, eggplant, what else? There's a few more that I forgot now, but anyway, they're suspected to cause problems. So yeah, it's not healthy. On the other hand, sauerkraut, if done with just salt, no sugar, and no other bullshit preservatives and stuff. If you do it actually at home, sauerkraut, it is actually very, very healthy, because you get the probiotics. You get the probiotics for your stomach, you know, without eating dairy, without, you know, drinking or eating dairy. And dairy is also another issue, another problem in today's world because of the way it's produced and the hormones that that basically mass producers of dairy pump in cows and stuff like that. So yeah, dairy is another suspect or another risk in today's world. But yeah, sauerkraut. So sauerkraut gives you the probiotics without eating dairy. Sausage, yeah, I don't know about sausage. So that's not so healthy. However, if I had to choose between sauerkraut and sausage, and on the other hand fish and chips, I guess I would probably choose sauerkraut and sausage. It's just, of course, it depends. Sausage in the West is all made of pork, so me personally, I probably won't be eating it. But in the Middle East, for example, yeah, sausage and sauerkraut, yeah, I would probably choose that over fish and chips because it's a bit healthier. But sauerkraut on its own, with maybe some sort of organic meat, yeah, that would be amazing. That would be super healthy, no problem at all. Helicopter? Are you serious? How the hell do you think? Well, I guess we got endless supply of battery here, so maybe this is it. What the hell? Maybe I have to go down or something and get like some sort of heavy weapon. Okay, probably had to take it down before going down. Okay, for continuing, I'm gonna take a break, and yeah, I will continue in about 10 minutes, somewhere from 10 to 15 minutes. I'll continue streaming this. If you've been watching, then thank you, and until I see you for another video, whether in a while or much later, stay safe, intelligent, rational, and question almost everything. Thank you.